Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the front of the stage all of this year's District 13 Humorous Speech. First year of contests. You can say that now after all the judging. Okay, I would like to interview the contestants now. When I say your name, I'm going to do them in alphabetical order, so they're right here in appearance order. I'm going to say your name in alphabetical order. When I call your name, come on over this way so we're kind of off to the side. If you can go that way, just a tad. And then I'll interview you and then go back to your same place after I give you your certificate. So our first contestant alphabetically is Betsy Krause. Thank you, Betsy. Okay, now, we all, I don't know if you did this, but I was the president of the National Chipmunk Watchers Association of America. So I had a little problem with this, but actually you handled this girl rather nicely. You were still restrained somewhat, but got the job done. So I thank you for that. Now, besides squirrel eradication, you say that what inspires you most is people who regard the word impossible as an invitation, not a deterrent. Now, given that our theme for this conference is I'm possible, how would you like to play that out in your life? Invitation, not a deterrent.
Well, I guess I would use the example of the contests, because when I joined Toastmasters, the last thing in the world I ever thought I would do is be in a speech contest. And I entered the table topics contest the first fall. I joined in December, and then the fall of the next year I entered the table topics contest because the people next to me, it was, everybody needs to take a role, everybody needs to help, everybody needs to support, and I said, okay, I'll do that because it's fast and I don't have to prepare. And then I went on to the next level, and when I heard my name, I just looked horrified. And everybody was like looking at me and afterwards saying, come on, step up, step up. They didn't say it that way to make me feel bad, but I thought, you just want to step up when the moment comes. So I did that contest, and I went to the second level, and then I didn't go on, and then somebody canceled, so I went to the third level, and I was terrified. And we had that contest in a great big room up in Newcastle, and it was like, step up, Betsy, just step up, just step up. So now what I've learned from being in the contest is it stretches me in ways that I don't get in my club, and that has helped me become more inclined to step up and stretch in ways outside of Toastmasters that I might have stepped back instead. Very good.
That, Betsy, my first and only ever panic attack was right before I had to go to the area contest humorous speech. Yes. Our next contestant alphabetically is Christine Henriksen. And as you gather, this is Christine's first year in Toastmasters. You joined in December, so not quite a year at Toastmasters. Okay, and learning to drive. Besides learning to drive, what are some other things that your father taught you that he tended to go on way longer than he should have? And we're keeping these at table topic length, so like 45 seconds to a minute on the short side. There you go.
I'm actually going to answer that just a little bit differently. My father was not a long talker. He was actually an excellent listener. He was quite busy with a number of tasks, and often I'd wander down to his office in the evenings and say, "Dad, I just need to talk." And he would stop what he was doing and never complain, never tell me how busy he was, never make me feel guilty. He'd just listen, and I don't know how late he stayed up at night finishing his work. So when he had something to say in the car, I knew I better pay attention.
I think that's a good lesson for all us parents. And our next contestant is Kara Reynolds. Now, Kara Reynolds, you have on here notable accomplishments. It's Dean's List, 3 consecutive semesters. That's pretty impressive. And you did left-handed. And a little bit about the struggles in college with that. Okay, actually, I use the mouse right-handed, but I write with my left. So I hold the pen and the mouse at the same time. So I have the upper hand on that one. I go to school part-time. I work full-time, and then I go to school part-time. So I actually only take 2 classes a semester, but it's a B and an A will get you Dean's List. So I went into this with just pass, get the diploma, just get the diploma, that's all you need. And then I got a Dean's List, and then another and another, and if I pass my public speaking class, I get another. So if I don't get 4, you all should shame me. Sarah also had on one of her favorite quotes is, if to be number 1, you have to be a little odd. Willie Mae? Willie Mae. Okay, and Willie Mae, some of your interests are football, mentoring, scary movies, and reading. Football, do you play it or just watch it?
Oh, I did both.
Tell us some of that.
Fellow Toastmasters, I was brought up by 4 brothers, and I am the youngest out of the 4. I had no choice but to play football. Yes, and since I was the smallest one, I was the quarterback. Yes, and I could throw a football. I ended up being expert in the military for throwing hand grenades. Yeah, it definitely made us.
I'm just glad she's on our side. Nate Stevens. Okay, Nate. Laughter is the shortest distance between 2 people. Now, what inspires you is improvisational comedy. How has doing improvisational comedy, helped you in your speeches?
Well, I guess today was an example of improv comedy. I had no idea that Don Michael would be called Bob. There was no way I was going to let that slip by. I stuck that into my speech, but I do like doing improv comedy. It just kind of loosens me up and just lets me think outside the box. That's how I come up with some of these speech ideas.
So there's a good lesson, and we have to encourage Nate to run an improv class at one of our conferences. And our next contestant is Bob Walter. So Bob, your favorite quote is, that I own self be true.
That's right.
Now, honestly, I'm a physical apologist too, so I need to borrow that.
Okay.
Okay. So, we're just saying that. One of your notable accomplishments is the classic, he taught his dog to fetch his slippers. Can you give us some training tips for that one?
Yes, I'm very proud of this. I have a big Labrador Retriever who is always hungry, always hungry. So we decided to use this to our advantage to teach him to do things that would be useful to humans instead of just feeding him anytime he wants. And so I taught him when I come home, I can say, Charlie, his name's Charlie Brown, Charlie, slippers. And he will run around the house like a madman, looking for my slippers until he doesn't find them, and then I give him a hand signal, and he dashes up the steps, noses open my closet door, and brings him back down. He gets a treat, and he is happy as can be.
Maybe you can help me find the kids. And our next participant is Trevor. Trevor, I thank you for your participation today, and we were going to interview Trevor later after the table topics contest because he's a contestant in that one as well. So thank you very much. Can we all gather around here, nice and close? Do the happy, you can stand straight, Kara, or shoulders? Yes, there we go. Shoulder in. Okay. Mike? Everybody, best smile.
I can't now really smell.
You take 1 second to the right, to my right here.
This I have trouble with.
That's great.
Someone's falling asleep. Having a heart attack.
And now make sure your eyes are open and smiling. 1, 2, 3. You're all so funny.